what's the most ridiculous way you somehow proved your parents wrong? The summer before college, my parents decided I was too irresponsible to adopt a rescue dog. Mom kept saying I could barely keep my room clean while Dad insisted I'd lose interest after 2 weeks. Every dinner somehow turned into another lecture about responsibility, and every time I tried explaining that I'd researched breeds, training, and expenses, they laughed it off. I was determined to prove them wrong without arguing anymore. So I stopped defending myself and started quietly changing everything they criticized. I woke up at 6 every morning, packed my own lunches, kept the kitchen spotless after dinner, paid for my own gas, and even organized the garage without being asked. They noticed but never admitted it. 3 months later, my parents still repeated the same line. You're just not ready. That's when I pulled out a notebook I'd been keeping since the first argument. Every chore, every bill I'd paid, every appointment I'd handled, every volunteer shift at the local animal shelter was neatly dated. My mom looked surprised, but Dad simply shrugged and said, that still doesn't prove you can handle a dog. I smiled, opened my phone, and showed them something I hadn't mentioned before. The shelter manager had written me a recommendation after watching me volunteer every weekend for 12 straight weeks. She explained that I'd trained nervous rescue dogs, cleaned kennels without complaining, and even helped one scared puppy finally trust people again. Then she added one sentence that completely changed the room. If she applies to adopt today, we'd approve her immediately. My parents sat there completely silent. Dad read the message twice before slowly handing my phone back. Mom finally sighed, smiled, and admitted, okay, you really planned this. A week later, we drove to the shelter together and I came home with the sweetest mixed breed dog imaginable. Months after that, Dad became the one sneaking the dog extra treats, and Mom filled her camera roll with pictures she swore she didn't take. Every time they joked that the dog loved them more than me, I'd grin and remind them who supposedly wasn't responsible enough. They'd laugh because they knew I'd won that argument long before we ever brought her home. What's the pettiest way you've ever proved your parents wrong?